TIFU by not checking my emails, I now owe Amazon thousands of dollars. This whole thing started back in June. But it was only last night I realized the consequences of my bad habits. I have had in my head for a while the idea of creating a family website for my mom's side of the family, and decided to try playing around with options on how to set things up and start mocking the page itself. I can't quite remember what I did at this point, but I do remember reading instructions that specifically called out closing everything down when you were done with your session because you link to a live Oz account and use services they will charge for after a certain point. Ha, I said. I'm always diligent with closing everything when I'm done. I won't fall into that trap. Well, fast forward to now. I haven't picked up the website stuff since that one weekend. My first bad habit. And I'm finally going through my 14,000 plus unread emails in my inbox. My second bad habit. I come across this strange email from Oz. Your bill is past due. I open it up and can't believe my eyes. I owe Amazon nearly $7,500. In a panic, I log into my Oz account thinking for sure I was hacked and I can dispute the charges. Then I look at the activity log. And what do you know? This Fargate instance was spun up in June. Right around the time I was arrogantly assuring myself I knew how to clean up after playing with new toys. The thing you have to remember about Oz services is they charge usage over time. So even if you have no data activity, the fact that something is still turned on means that the money meter is still running 24/7. I have now force closed every possible thing in my Oz account that could cost me. I'm not really ready to close my account full stop, but looks like I will have another $2,000 owed to them at the end of August. By sheer luck, the card I had added to my Oz account had expired. Otherwise, the surprise would have been in a much worse place. My bank account. Had I been good about my email, I also could have caught this at the end of June, when the balance was only $1,000 or so. I can absorb this hit. But man, it pisses me off because I was just getting my debt back under control. TLDR. I messed around with Oz services in June without properly shutting them down. Proceeded to miss the overdue payment notices for roughly 2 months by not checking my email. And found out last night that I owe Amazon roughly $9,000 all told. I would highly recommend pleading your case to AWS support. They have been known to potentially cut the amount in half or even completely. They will be able to see that you have no activity, even though the instance has been running. Another thing to check out is you can set a monthly limit that will suspend your Oz services once you reach a certain dollar amount. We pay $200 a month for AWS at work to run our servers. What in the hell did you have spun up to rack up that kinda bill so fast? I had an Oz account that I opened years ago and just left it. About 3 years ago it got hacked and they changed my login info. I ignored the Amazon bills for a couple of months 'cause I thought it was spam. By the time I realized, I owed over $12,000. By the time I was able to get back into my account it had risen to $16,000. I was begging them to suspend it but they wouldn't. Anyway, I didn't have to pay any of it, thank goodness. Might be worth contacting Amazon to see if you can get the bill reduced if not written off. https://i.red.it/limerzu7twc91.jpg. Reach out to support. Even if you don't have a support plan. AWS works with people in this situation. S3 buckets being left open with large data transfer charges isn't uncommon. There is no way you racked up that kind of $$ with a single Fargate instance for a vanity website. Thank you all for the feedback. As soon as I am done at work, I am going to be reaching out to Oz to see what can be done. I appreciate all the sympathy and skepticism, lol. This was a case of me feeling like I knew everything and in reality only being aware of the surface level details. And it bit me in the butt. Will definitely be putting all your advice and input into action to make sure I don't have the same thing happen again. Edit. Some proof that I truly am as stupid as I come off in this story. Screenshots. Trust me, this was never the plan for an experiment in website making, especially a simple one. And I no longer trust my own understanding of anything digital. I am impressed by the way you own up to this and not try to blame somebody or something else for the problem. You are also kind enough to alert others. I sincerely hope you plead your case and are able to get some relief. TBH, Fargate seems like overkill for a family website. Depending on what you're trying to do, you can probably use a combination of S3 static pages in Lambda functions with an API gateway and DynamoDB backend, and it will be much cheaper. Bloody hell. I've got Route 53 and an S3 bucket hosting my site. Then a few EC2, and that only comes to £6 a month. Contact AWS and explain your screw-up. I did something similar at work and ran up a huge bill. AWS forgave the charges and helped set up some usage monitoring that will warn up next time someone does this. If Amazon is unwilling to eat the bill, then you need to ask about getting on a payment plan. Even if it's $10 per month. So like 900 months or 75 years. Continuing to pay $10 per month will keep your account from going into collections or keep you from getting sued. You should contact them, they'll probably lower it significantly. This reminds me of when I was first introduced to AWS in 2012. I also had to manage the EC2 instances, spinning them up and down. I had an extra large EC2 instance that I had left running for 2 months. My CTO asked me to explain this large bill from AWS, and I had no idea till I checked that we had left an instance running. It was no big deal. I just had to spin it down and make sure it doesn't happen again. This math literally doesn't add up, unless you started this instance like 20 years ago. $9,000 worth of Fargate in a couple months? Were you fiddling with a family website or fixin' to take on Shopify? This is way more common than you would think. Support will generally give you one get-out-of-jail-free card. Or at least very largely discount it, if you ask nice. Even with large bills like that. Also, your configuration must have been absolutely bonkers to generate those costs. Why on earth did you allocate so much compute? Dude, you must contact AWS. They don't want to charge first-time offenders obscene amounts of money, and there is a high likelihood they will help you out. Or eliminate this altogether. Please don't pay the full amount sight unseen. This story sounds rather strange. Bit hard to believe. But if it's true, next time just get yourself a free micro instance and do what you want with it.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.